Hello everybody, hope you are doing well. Today we are going to implement the auto scroll for messages. So let me show you what I'm talking about. If I go to Thomas Shelby here, as you can see, I don't see the bottom of my chat. I need to manually scroll to the bottom. And that's not good behavior, that's wrong. So we need to fix it. We need to implement auto scrolling. So let's start coding. So we need to go to our chat view, and here we are going to use an element or a component called a ScrollView reader. So we are going to embed let's embed our vstack inside another vstack, and this vstack we are going to call it ScrollView reader. And a ScrollView reader gives you a ScrollView proxy. Okay, and this ScrollView proxy got a function that is very helpful, and it enables us to scroll to an element that has an ID. So you see this vstack. After I'm done showing all the section, I'm going to add an A stack that is in the bottom. It will be an empty one. It will just contain a spacer. And here I will give it .id, and the ID will be bottom. Okay, perfect. Now inside my vstack I will add on receive, and as you can see it takes a publisher. When this publisher changes, it performs an action. Okay, so let's start with the action it needs to perform. I don't need to really the output. We will do with animation. It will be is in out, and I will give it a duration, or is in is better, I think, in this case. With a duration of 0.5. And here I will, or I think is in out. I apologize. Okay, and here I will use my function. I will use the proxy. So ScrollView proxy, and as you can see, it got a function called scroll to ID. And I know that the ID of this A stack is the bottom. So I will give it that ID bottom. That way my scroll view will scroll to the bottom. And for the anchor I will give it .top. Okay. Now I need a publisher that when this publisher changes, I scroll to the bottom. So we need to go to our view model, and here I'm going to call at published var count of type integer, and it will be equal to 0. And here it will be view model dot $count. So when this count changes, I will scroll to the bottom. Okay, perfect. And I'm not going to handle it inside the view model. I will handle the count inside my chat service. So here I will add a function or a published variable called count. It will be of type integer, and it will be equal 0. And after I'm done sending a message, I will write count plus equal 1. That way our count variable will change. And when I'm observing a message, okay, apparently there is a little problem. Instance number cannot be used on type chat service. Okay. I need to delete this static. Okay, perfect. And inside this one, because I'm using a completion handler, it's better to, as you know, with a completion handler, a task that takes a lot of time usually, they call the completion after it's done. So that's why I will use dispatch queue dot main dot async, and here I will write self dot count plus equal 1, because I want the count here to be executed on the main thread to avoid having to face any kind of problems. Okay, perfect. Now as you can see, I had static func, now it's not a static func, so it will probably cause a few problems in our view model. And I also need to subscribe to this count in the view model. So let's go to our view model. And here, as you can see, we will start by writing private var service, and it will be equal to chat service, and we will replace this with service to solve the first issue. Now we need to subscribe to our to the count that is inside our chat service, the one that is changing. So here we will create a function private func setup subscribers, and I'm going to call it inside my initializer, and here it will be service dot $count dot sync, and here it will be weak self to avoid retain cycle, and it will be count, and I will have self dot count equal count, and of course I need to store it inside cancelable, so I need to import combine, and here it will be private var cancellables equal set of any cancelable, and we finish with dot store in and cancelable, and that's all we need to implement the auto scroll. So I will run my function and everything will be working perfectly. It's very easy once you understand the logic behind it. So let me first explain what I did. I made inside the v stack in the bottom of my chat view, I create an empty a stack just so I can give it an ID to the bottom. That way I know where the bottom is, so that way. And I also added ScrollView reader because it got a function that enables me to go to scroll to a view that has an ID. When I know the ID of the view that or the component that is in bottom of my chat view, I ask my ScrollView proxy to scroll to that place, and of course I need the publisher that will change whenever we need to go to the bottom, and we know it when we go to the chat service. As you can see, when we send a message, count become +1, so it changes that's why it will be called our function. And in the observe message, whenever we receive also a message, it will be called, so that way also it will change and we will go to the bottom. So now if I go, and as you see, okay, first thing, perfect. When we started, we are already on the bottom of our chat view. So the first case is working perfectly. Now let's send another message like hello and send. And as you can see, it has automatically scrolled to the bottom, which is perfect. That's what we wanted to achieve. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please like and subscribe. And as always, Stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.